The Pond era of Doctor Who is fondly remembered by many, but for those who miss seeing Karen Gillan and Alex Kingston on screen together, Douglas is Cancelled is well worth checking out. There are many thrilling miniseries that don't get enough attention. Unfortunately, the reason for this is that, in a world of streaming, audiences have pretty much every and any TV show at their fingertips, and if a title isn't recurring, it's easy for it to fly under the radar. Douglas is Cancelled is one of the best miniseries to binge over a weekend. It's great to see Doctor Who companions Gillan and Kingston reunite in Douglas is Cancelled, but it's even more entertaining considering the miniseries is written by the sci-fi show's former showrunner, Stephen Moffat, too. Whether you love the Ponds in Doctor Who or just appreciate a good British comedy, Douglas is Cancelled is a fantastic watch, and it's now available to stream on BritBox. Douglas is Cancelled reunites Doctor Who's Karen Gillan and Alex Kingston. It's a Pond reunion in Douglas is Cancelled. Those who are unfamiliar with Doctor Who may not understand the excitement of Karen Gillan and Alex Kingston reuniting in Douglas is Cancelled. Alex Kingston famously portrays Doctor Who's River Song, who is the Doctor's wife, but more importantly, she is Amy and Rory's daughter. In Douglas is Cancelled, Kingston plays Sheila Bellows, a newspaper editor and the titular character's wife. Douglas is Cancelled is one of the more underrated titles in Karen Gillan's best TV shows. Gillan, who rose to fame for playing Amy Pond in Doctor Who, takes on the role of Madeline Crowe in Douglas is Cancelled. Madeline is the co-presenter of the Live at 6 News broadcast and is in awe of Douglas, something that is apparent to everyone, both those behind the cameras on the set and those watching the pair at home. Gillan and Kingston's back and forth in Douglas is Cancelled is stellar, and absolutely nothing like Amy and River's rapport in Doctor Who. The "RUF** King my husband" scene is brilliant, too, and it's quite comical to remember these two actresses previously played mother and daughter. Stephen Moffat's miniseries is a fantastic take on cancel culture. Douglas is Cancelled mocks cancel culture, but not as you'd expect. A billboard for Live at 6 News high in the sky, featuring Douglas and Madeline, in Douglas is Cancelled. When Hugh Bonneville's Douglas is overheard seemingly making a sexist joke at a wedding, an onlooker shares it on social media for all to see. Madeline attempts to help by reposting it and denying the accusation against Douglas, but Sheila interprets the comment very differently. As the media whips itself into a frenzy over what Douglas believes to be a poorly timed remark, which he doesn't even remember making, the two women he spends most of his time with clash. Stephen Moffat's depiction of cancel culture, sexism, and the media's response to public figures is nothing short of brilliant in Douglas is Cancelled. Stephen Moffat's Doctor Who legacy is a notable part of his career, as is Sherlock, but Douglas is Cancelled is a different kind of project from the writer. At no point is Douglas' sexist remark repeated or displayed on screen, and some of those around him assume his joke was one of his usual, which depicts the character as someone who frequently speaks before thinking. Moffat's Douglas is Cancelled provides fascinating character studies on all of those involved. It delves into how cancel culture can be ruthless and immediate, but still ridiculous. However, it doesn't go so far that it appears to be belittling the idea of famous figures taking responsibility for their actions, but rather it highlights just how easily things can spiral out of control in the public eye. Will there be a Douglas is Cancelled Season 2? Douglas is Cancelled wasn't even a TV show initially. Hugh Bonneville as Douglas Bellows looking stunned in the TV studio's hallway in Douglas is Cancelled. Although there are several fantastic TV miniseries that got renewed for more seasons, it's unlikely that Douglas is Cancelled will ever be one of them. Stephen Moffat originally wrote Douglas is Cancelled as a play back in 2018, via RTS, but later rewrote it as a TV miniseries. While the shocking ending of Douglas is Cancelled could allow for another installment, it's actually far more impactful as a 4-part standalone miniseries. It's an absolute delight to see huge British names like Hugh Bonneville, Karen Gillan, and Alex Kingston in this Stephen Moffat comedy drama, but the story's message would be dampened by another season. Plus, Bonneville will likely be busy with the upcoming Downton Abbey film, so it's unlikely he'll be available to reprise his role as Douglas anytime soon. Perhaps a spin-off or continuation of Douglas is Cancelled could be achievable with a new cast, but until then, the miniseries is still a fantastic watch, and it's now available to stream on BritBox.